Alright, so we are back. We are back with the semi-final now. We are going to be casting Rice Squad versus Evris' Pirates. Two teams that will, some players here will know each other very well. Many of them have been a part of the same guild for a long time now, so it's going to be very interesting to see how these two play against each other. I do welcome back Aeyana as my co-caster again for the semi-final and then moving into the final as well, so welcome back.
You're right there, guys. An exciting match here. Evris' Pirates. I mean, they have been up and there and about in the past few weeks, and we did see a match of um Rice Squad did before with the double necro. It is an interesting setup, and it is fun to watch.
It is. We have seen there is an NA team called Radioactive that play a very similar style. Uh, Obviously, with NA having the Abjured, Radioactive haven't had all that much success. They are one of the top teams over there, but obviously NA is so lopsided. It's very difficult to figure out who's actually good. But we'll go over builds straight away. So, how about if you want to do red team this time, and I'll go over blue. So if you want to start.
Yep. So we start with Matt Stanglewood, and they are actually putting on a little dance session for us all.
Yep.
But anyway, start with Matt Stanglewood, who is running the standard shoutbow build with battle on the sword this time, so expect high might stats coming off there, but again running the 00464, what we saw earlier, so we don't really need to touch on that too much. But then moving on to Destiny. Destiny will be playing one of two power necros with the standard straight 62006. Two wells running spectral armor, but mainly the Lich form, which in my opinion has actually been buffed since the new stability patch come in. Before, thieves used to be able to steal the stability, then used to be able to throw him away. But with the stability triggering every 3 seconds now, it does make for an interesting way of fighting now. Not being able to control it as much and is deadly. So you pretty much, if a Lich comes up now, you would just want to line of sight to get out of the way, get the hell out of there. But remembering the fact that you're harboring two Lich forms, which I will go over in Shawman's build in a second. But anyway, moving on to Heart of the King, he is running a standard DDLE. Actually taking elemental shielding instead of the extra armor of earth compared to what the elites in the previous match were running. Taking the fiery greatsword and then back to battle and doom on the weapons. So high might stack capability, and again it's long when the fight's going on for longer time, expecting to be doing more and more damage. Moving next on to Bumblefuzz, who is running a death guard, actually. Something you don't really see too often anymore. Most guards are actually turning towards a DPS route. But Bumblefuzz is running a Mace Shield staff with Cleric's Amulet and Rune of the Soldier. He's taking the 01661 standard altruistic build, with also healing on condition cures on shouts, where he is running 3 shouts: stand your ground, hold the line, and save yourself. Expect Bumblefuzz mainly to be on stomping duty when it comes down to it, with stand your ground with the stability and the high impact. He'll also be following around the team fights and stuff like that mainly, so he could make a massive difference as he is talking to you in game there.
Yeah.
Bumblefuzz was before when we saw the match. He was there in the team fights and was mainly on the
duties.
Resi duty. Yeah, he got actually some very, very clinical reses off there with the shield, with the shield of absorption, which does make it a lot easier to res. Sorry, 1 second, I'm just getting a message. Anyway, moving next on to Shawma, who is the second power necro of this team and also running Lich. I mean, if big team fight does pop out here, and maybe even say it double Lich is formed, we are going to see a lot of dead bodies very quickly. Also, but he is, he's running Axe Warhorn, Dagger. He's actually dropped the staff completely. Was he playing with staff before?
I don't think so. We've got Destiny. Destiny plays staff. She plays. She takes the soul marks as well, so there is a little bit of build difference there. So she takes the staff for the extra AoE damage, while Shauma goes for the dagger sort of variant, and he takes the unyielding blast for the vulnerability on life blast and plague blast as well. So they're occupying slightly different spaces as well. So it's not 2 carbon copies. So that is interesting as well. It's going to be very interesting to they complement each other.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, do you want to move on to the blue team?
We'll
And go
move
over that?
over. We will move over to blue team very quickly here. We'll do Evris here playing Shoutbow Warrior. We have seen a lot of these today. Almost every team carries one right now. So you've got the battle, you've got the intelligence, you've got Geomancy and Doom, you've got Celestial Amulet Soldier. Rune 00464. He, however, is running for On My Mark. So this is what we mentioned earlier. Fear Me, I think, is the better utility in terms of what it can set up, the sort of chains you can set up with the Fear Me. But On My Mark, with the shorter cooldown, it's about half. The cooldown's about half the time of Fear Me. So you're going to get double the heal out that you're going to be able to get with Fear Me in the same time frame. So sort of, I guess, 1v1 as well with the vulnerability is very good. To add extra damage, so 1v1 On My Mark is really good. I think Fear Me is better for the sort of team fights and stuff, but On My Mark is going to be very good in terms of keeping him up and keeping up like sort of the heals pumping out very quickly. So again though, still takes the banner. Tanglewood has timed out, I believe. We've actually got a timeout on each. I think it's from not doing anything for so long. I believe we have some AFK timeouts. So we'll just move on to Sync quickly. He is running Rifle Celestial with Holbrack, so he's the sort of standard Celestial Rifle as well. 60044. He's running leg mods, however, over the wrench one, Power Wrench. So he's getting 33% less duration on Cripple, Chill, and Immobilize, which, considering the amount of Condi Cleanse that NGs have, which is like 3 every 15 seconds essentially, can be very handy to keep them mobile. Obviously you have the Invigorating Speed and you've got the Speedy Kit, so he's going to be, you know, NGs are very mobile, so look for him to probably be playing a point holder, sort of, you know, cap into point, moving into mid, but he's going to be one of the quickest ones to get back again. So we'll have to watch for that one. Moving on to Tasty Bread then, who always plays a different style of Ellie. He always plays, I don't think I've ever seen him play anything other than Dagger Focus. He always plays Dagger Focus with the I've seen the Celestial and Holbrack, and he always plays 20066. So he does differ a little bit. He goes for that cantrip grunt you might when used. Pardon?
He's got a connection to that focus. Can't let him go.
Exactly. He swears that this build is superior, and he plays it. I don't think I've literally I don't think I've ever seen him play anything else. He takes this 2 in Fire Magic for the cantrips grant you might, so he's going to be giving himself a little bit of extra might. Whether that's worth losing the 2 in Earth Magic, it'd be interesting. We'll have to keep an eye. We'll have to watch how that goes, because you know it definitely is different. It is not at all the standard trait spread for Ellie, but you know it seems to work for him, and that is, I guess, if it works for you, then roll it.
He does lose survivability. I mean, he drops protection from his aura, but considering that he doesn't actually play with a dagger in his second hand, he loses the aura on the water. So it's a good trade-out. A bit of power instead of toughness as well. As long as he can keep himself alive with the extra might going around, especially, I mean, expect him to build up his damage a lot faster compared to what normal Dagger Ellies would actually do.
Yep. And then we'll move on to Talek, who, again, this is another one where I say, even if it's not necessarily meta and it works for you, play it. Talek is playing Dagger Shortbow on his Thief with Traveller runes. And I've seen him play this a lot, and he plays this very well as well. So he's got Air and Fire sigils on his Dagger, and he's got Air and Fire also on his Shortbow. He's got Berserker and Traveller, so he's going to be, you know, keeping that thing up. But he's running with the sort of, he's running with the Sword Dagger trait spread. He's running 20066. So he's got the gain might whenever you dodge. He's got Vigor when using a heal skill, for which he'll be using Withdraw. So he's got the pain response, gain regen when you get and remove the conditions when your health is below 75%. And then obviously he's got 6 in Trickery, but he's increases the range of stealing, which I don't believe is usual.
Something you don't see very often, not at all.
Yeah. So his build is definitely not meta in terms of thing, but it works. He also takes Dagger Storm as well. I don't think I've ever seen another Thief ever take that in game, but you know, I've seen him really play very effectively with this build.
To be honest though, the Dagger Storm, especially if 2 Liches get popped and they do focus Talek. I mean, the Dagger Storm, it does have the reflect capability, remember, so...
Yep. And then we'll quickly move into Athema here, playing again your Hammer, Scepter, Focus, Guardian. Sorry, totally forgot the word there. Rune of the Pack, Berserker Amulet, so lots of damage. A little bit slower. Sometimes they run Traveler Rune for a bit of extra speed, but the pack will give him more damage. 01616. So again, your standard, exactly the same as what we saw earlier. Look for him and Talek to be teaming up to put on a whole lot of DPS, and look for them to focus down the Necros very quickly. We'll see how this plays out. We'll just get these guys to ready up, and we will move on with game 1 of our semi-final here. Rice Squad against Evris' Pirates. We have got the other semi-final is also started up, so I'll bring you scores of that when that one is coming through.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out, I have seen Talek play quite a lot before, and he is very, very good at seeing decap opportunities. Yep. So keep an eye out for him in that situation.
And with Red not having a thief as well, that might well be their undoing. But we got some might stack in here. They're going to get up to the full 25 stacks, and they are playing very defensively. Sync is going to, it looks like immediately cross. I don't know if he's going to go for the full cross, or is it, no, he's just going to push up into mid as well. So both teams playing the very defensive, pushing up into mid. Talek might, nope, he's just going to go up to mid as well. It looks like he was just crossing just in case. But we do have Destiny's going to go around the back with Tanglewood's on point. Bumblefuzz is going to be on point. So this team fight, they're going to be able to keep this alive for a long time. We'll just move in here. Tanglewood and Bumblefuzz.
Definitely like she's going to be about to run into Athema straight to the back.
And she's going to run into Talek as well. Yeah, Destiny is going to struggle. She's obviously, she won't have any life force either with the changes to how that happened a few weeks ago. But we've got, she's having to move in straight away. She's having to move on to stand next to Bumble and Tanglewood. But she is going to drop. She's down, and she is down. Bumble going immediately for that res though. Crated. He's not going to, and they do get it off. Destiny is back up. Shalma though is also... Oh, she drops again. He does have a full bar of Death Shroud, but that is going to drop straight away. Destiny is down. The banner comes out and doesn't res her. She has dropped. Bumble very close to going down, and we have, that is a waste of a banner, unfortunately. Just a couple of seconds too late, and now he's got a 230-second cooldown in which he can't use it. This is going to be a full team wipe. Shalma, Bumble, Heart of the King all going down, and the 2 Necros just got caught just with too much cleave, and blue team gonna sit pretty with their 2-cap, I believe, and just hold on. Just hold on. They don't need to play super aggressively. Red need to regroup, wait for the regroup, and just push. Talek pushing for the decap, but you know, he doesn't really want to engage that. He puts himself in combat, and he gets feared away. But he is actually sort of, he's prodding it. He's sort of waiting. They have, red team have entirely regrouped, so they do have the 5-man push here. Talek is, you know, he's just sort of hanging around though. He, you know, they're not focusing him.
This is quite a good idea by Talek. By holding on to that point, it meant he couldn't go for a 5-man push out straight away. Holding one person back, you can see Heart of the King has to come back now.
And he might still get the decap. It's going to be very close whether Heart of King can get it. Oh, he does, but oh, I thought he was going to overshoot there for a second, but he just gets back on point, and that just saves the decap from happening. We've actually got a Lich there from Shalma as well. A Lich there from Shalma. Destiny down straight away. Shalma Liches doesn't kill anyone with his Lich, and that is a waste of a Lich. That is an unfortunate Lich. He really, I think he needed to use it there, but it didn't work, and Destiny is down. You know, blue team have got this one, I think, in the bag. They are properly focusing. You know, they're focusing very well. Red team, I think, have surprised a lot of people with the amount of damage they can put out. But blue team are focusing out their Necro straight away. And once you get rid of that damage, red team aren't going to be taking any points. Not with just a Shoutbow Warrior and a Death Guard trying to do it. So this is the right move by them.
Over to Hench here to try and get the decap. He does get the decap, but with Tasty and Afterdan straight back onto him, it's going to be a question of how long he can survive here.
Yep, Atom is here, but Bumblefuzz already very low. Sync's here as well. Bumblefuzz has to use his elite, I believe. There, Bumblefuzz, yep, does use his elite. He's got 1 virtue up still. He's had to use. He doesn't have any other cooldowns other than that. He does get the heal off. Is he going to be able to?
Definitely popped the Lich coming onto point.
Yeah, we do have another Lich by Destiny, but again, she's dropped. She's out of Lich already. She's out of Lich and down, and again that is another misuse of Lich in favour of red team, and that is a few. We've got another Bumblefuzz close to getting up. Bumblefuzz does get up. Tanglewood gets Bumblefuzz up. Destiny is not going to get up though, but Tanglewood is going to go down. He needs to start kiting off point. He doesn't manage to cleanse that poison either, not with his Warhorns. He needed to try and get rid of that. He does get rid of it now.
Sync combo tasted low. They could really turn around the damage here and make something of this, but with Tanglewood low, looking about to drop.
Talek gets rid of Tanglewood. Tasty has misformed, so they need to go for that stomp. Sync's come in. Talek is down as well, though. Sync came in with the cleave, and it's all about who's going to be able to get up. Tasty Bread down. Shalma is also down on point. Bumblefuzz, and they rally. They do get Tasty Bread down, and they rally, and they may be able to swing this now in their favour. Destiny is pulling back into the point as well. They are not out of this yet. They're only 60 points behind. Evris going for the one-on-one against here in mid, and we do have Athema as well pulling off the point back into mid, so Heart of a King is going to have a one-on-one against Everest here, and they need to keep this point capped. They have one far point, but with blue team on respawn, they are going to 3v1. Actually, no, Talek's going to pull off. They're actually just going to leave it as a 1v1. I think Tasty Bread's going to go in for it as well, but red team need to start. They need to be more mobile. They need to go already. They need to be halfway across the map, and I think they've just been a little bit too slow. That is not going to go in favour. Bumblefuzz is actually going back. That is the wrong move by him, I think. Especially with Sync on respawn going for it as well.
Looking to push over to mine then, but he did second guess himself. He's now pushed back and letting Talek and Sync push over. No, Tasty is turning around again now, and he's going to push. Heart of the King could be in trouble here. They need to get some people over there, but they're all stuck on the other side of the map after that big team fight on Henge. With Sync slowing him down, this could be a matter of time for Heart of the King on point. And
Talek gets in with a lot of damage. They don't get the decap. They both chase him off point before they get it, and they do get it. Heart of the King can't get back on point in time to stop that decap, and he is just going to be bled out here. And now Evris is going to go for the stomp so that he can get the kill quicker. And red team there, Shalma also went down off point, and red team did get back into it briefly, but they didn't move quick enough to reinforce Heart of a King. That was a mistaken rotation there. I believe they stayed on their far point a bit too long, and now Destiny, with Bumblefuzz down, Destiny's going to be caught here, I think. Has to sort of retreat back to the safety of Tanglewood, with Talek chasing her down very quickly.
The good thing about red team setup here, with the two power necros on point, as long as they're an on-point fight, they are going to apply a lot of damage. They can't stand on it, as proven there. You saw what happened. 3 people were on point. Wells got dropped, and people dropped quickly. That is a very good fighting point on Henge, but in my opinion, the two other points they might struggle on. There's a lot more kiting opportunity on wider spaces here, so as long as
Shamma
keep away
covered in conditions here. Shamma's liched on mine, mine, sorry. He's going to take out Tasty. He's going to get very close. He does have Athema trying to damage him. Everest also close to going down. Is he going to be able to get it before going down himself? No, Everest is kiting, and Shamma comes out of another lich without killing anybody. Blue team have been very good at avoiding that lich damage.
I mean, early on in the earlier matches, you did see when Lich got popped. I think this is what we're deciding the team fights compared to now. They were killing.
We're going for the rest. They're going for the. They do get it. They do get the rest on Shamma. So Shamma's back in this as well. He gets his heal off. He needs to really push off point again. Otherwise, Talek is just going to properly take him out, and he does. There's the Dagger Storm on point as well. Although he might well go down. He might well go down. Bumble goes down as well. Shamma's up, but Bumble's down. And Destiny is down. Destiny didn't even make it to the point before getting down. Heart of the King is down. Bumble's out. Shamma's down. Tanglewood, the lone player left for red team on the map. A lonely figure over here on just guarding their henge point. And blue team, again, playing very well to not over. They don't need to play overly aggressive. Tanglewood here. They need to regroup again. After regrouping last time, they managed to do something, but this is where this map might snowball. Tanglewood is just going to give that point up as a free decap as red team starts regrouping. Shalma's pulling out here. They're going to go on Tasty Bread. Talek's just going to go get that free cap. So we are going to have a 3 cap for a little bit here. Tasty Bread avoiding the early damage, and Shalma already on half health.
No, he was going to move back over to the team fight, but now Talek is moving to point.
And Destiny has liched, however. She has liched. She has got some good space for a lich as well. Although now now Sync is on her, and she has come out of that with without any kills
Shawn
again.
dropped now.
Shalma's dropped too. Bumblefuzz can't get that res. He's immobilized off point. Can't go for the res. Shalma's going to get up thanks to Tangle with this. So they do get Shalma up. They have been very good on their res, and they do get Tasty out. Tasty is gone. This map is swinging back in their favor again. But I say this fight, sorry, is swinging back in their favor again. But it is too little, too late. With 54 points to go and 2 cap in favor of blue team. You know, this isn't a point. They need to decap every point here, and this isn't a comp that is going to allow them to keep fights going across 3 points. So I think that is going to be game, unfortunately, in this match 1.
Blue team made the right decision there, as the points were coming into it, and they saw Tasty went down onto mine point. Instead of committing more plays to a situation where they could have gone for maybe a 4-person wipe, they cut their losses, let Tasty down on point, and they all came back to the midpoint there, which meant they were ready for another team fight, all out combat as well. So, right decision there by blue team.
Yeah, I think we did have a rally there as well, actually, with Sync going down. And actually, is that a DC as well? Actually, I think there may have been a DC there from Tasty right at the end. He's back in the arena now, though. I think I mentioned it earlier, and I'll mention again that I think that match swung after Red got the 2 cap and Blue started pushing back towards mine. Red stayed very defensive, even though there was no blue guys anywhere near Henge. They kept 2 guys on it, and that meant that they weren't allowed. They weren't able to really. They didn't reinforce Heart of a King on mine quick enough, and blue team were able to 3v1 him down, take that point, and just roll on with that 2 cap. And they needed to be, Bumblefuzz needed to be quicker back over to that point. They needed to get some of their Necros over there as well. And they played that, after getting that 2 cap, they were right back in that game, and they played that just too safely.
Other than swiftness, I personally feel this is where the blue team rights are going to struggle. I mean, the mobility-wise, Tanglewood can move quickly across the map, but that's about it. I mean, you've got 2 power Necros, which are getting swiftness from their Warhorns and from the Rune of the Pack, but no other mobility other than that, really. I think the way they set up, they could have probably done with the 2. If they had the 2 cap on midpoint and close point, maybe they were in for better. Maybe they would be better then. But because the caps were on both the outer points, they couldn't get across the map quick enough, which left Heart of the King, as you said, by himself, and it was only a matter of time until they got him down. Yeah.
So we'll see how they do on this map. They may well be able to get a lot of their damage out on this map, so we'll see how this goes. See how this goes. We are just waiting for 1 guy off each team. We do have the 5th, so Bumble's joined that. We are still waiting for 1 on red team. Appears to have accidentally left the arena or has DC'd. He did get a small DC. He's back in the arena now, so we should be starting soon. My bot is causing havoc in Twitch chat again. He is a bit of a banning Nazi right now. He is getting people for the smallest of infractions for a long time, so I'll have to see if I can lighten him up. He is a very strict bot. I'll try my best to lighten him up. As far as the volume goes, I'll tell you what, I can't really turn you up all that much more without deafening you on my end. So I'll turn you up a little bit more, but I think the volume is mostly okay now.
Fingers crossed. Don't want to miss out hearing my sexy voice.
Obviously. There he goes. Halden gets banned as well, so I'll unban him. Just so everybody knows, it's you're not allowed to type more than 15 capital letters in a row. So we are waiting for people to ready up here, so if everybody wants to ready up. We will get this going again. We do have, so we don't have any. I'll just go quickly. We'll just double check quickly. We don't have any changes. Talek again there played very well. I think I don't think he got any. He got that one full cap when Red Team were playing aggressively for their home point. But other than that, he just did a very good job in making sure one guy of Red Team sort of stayed at their point. He had the threat of a decap without actually ever managing to go for it. At one point, he kept almost all of the entire team there, just sort of. While they were regrouping, he was sort of he just hung around, short-bowed them for a little bit. Very interesting play, very aggressive play by him, but I think it was good. It scared one of them. He almost did get the decap there as well. So we will hope that this game gets started soon. Just waiting for Athema.
I think with this map especially now. Blue team, in my opinion, are going to be a bit better on it. With points not being as far from each other, ability doesn't come into it as much, which means that the Necros, maybe one of the Necro can stand on the ledge and actually hit down and still make it back in time.
The thing is, the Necros, so Talek's been having a field day in terms of getting the damage out on those Necros, so they really need to try and, Red team need to protect their Necros a little better. They need to use their Lich more effectively as well. They liched, no offense to them, but they liched really ineffectively last game. Yeah. So we'll have to hope that they can do better this time. We'll play split-wise. We've got, it looks like it's going to be fairly defensive from both teams. Again, we've got a two-man push towards their home point from Red Team. Have they swapped teams, actually? Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, so Red Team is now.
We're gonna have to. We'll let this go. I'll just swap this round. I'll just swap this round. Look, we'll just do this. Sorry about this. That was a mistake. So we'll get that.
An early lich there from Sharma. Sharma's gone to lich from straight away. Tried to focus on Athmia, but Athmia has actually managed to divert the damage by line of sight in now, and it is immobilized, but it could be about to get turned around. No, Talek's on the receiver.
Destiny is down as well. Destiny is down and out. There was a banner there as well. Is that a banner from Tanglewood? So his banner's gone. We've got another banner,
from Evris,
but doesn't get Talek up. Talek goes down just at the same time. So I think we had wasted banners from both sides there. I think, but with Tanglewood close to going down and Destiny dropped again, Evris is going to get that stomp on at that time.
Tanglewood needs to be careful here. He's very low without using his Fermi, but he goes down now.
He goes down. Is Bumble going to... Yep, Bumble gets his res off. The one thing he's been brought in to do, keep those guys up, and he's doing it to the best of his ability.
But again, damage straight back onto him.
Red Team are...
He's got down again.
Tanglewood has gone down. Bumble's going to go for his res again, but he's got... Tasty Bread's got the safe stomp, and Bumble cannot get Tanglewood up this time. Red Team, again, their focus is just so on point. Yep, Talek gets that decap, you're right. He's very aggressive. He's not going for the full cap. He's just going for the decap and leaving. Heart of the King's dropping back to recap again. But this is the thing that Red Team can do that Blue Team can't. Should be the other way around, but they can't. They don't have the mobility to be able to push off and get those decaps sort of whenever they want. They don't have a guy who can just disengage and go get a decap. They have to actively choose to push to that point. And with Tanglewood respawning there, he could have pushed to Quarry, and instead he's just farmed back into this midpoint. He's just filed back in here, and they're going to try and keep this one going. But Destiny's going to bleed out again.
Went for the res there. Destiny did on Bumble, but the problem is with Bumble down, it means the other people have to res. With Destiny playing a power net Grouch, she's without a play
Talek's going like again.
Overcommittal to the res. Although Bumble got up, Destiny went straight down, and you just lost the DPS. Bumble can stay alive on this point, but without the damage there, it's only again a matter of time until
Tanglewood's out as well. And Bumble was going for the res, but is actually taken very low by Talek while going for the res, and he's going to have to start kiting now. He's got that vulnerability on him, and the poison's gone. He's cleansed all of them, so he should be able to pull back into this, get all his healing back up. But they don't have any DPS. He's going to go for the res again. I don't know whether there's going to be enough DPS to get him up.
Again going for the decap.
Yeah, and he is going to get it on Heart of a King this time. He is going to get it. He's going to get it and leave, and he might well nuke down Shalmer on the way. Nope, he's not going to bother. He could have there, but he's not going to bother.
Shalman surviving there with maybe 10 health.
Destiny being left to bleed out here on mid. I mean, they're only 40 points behind at the minute. But Bumble's down, Destiny's down. Blue team, sit on your home point, regroup, push back together. But Tanglewood's come out the wrong gate. Looks like he's gonna. The thing is, he's not gonna be able to push 20 point now because red team can spread out across the map now that they have.
Red team have got a DC though.
Oh, we do have a DC.
Has dropped out the team.
Do we have one guy AFKing from blue, or are they going to keep playing?
Well,
doesn't look like they are at the minute.
Depends if they want to or not. But no, blue team are carrying on. This could cause some controversy afterwards, but still, Shower actually drops in mid. With the players down, they still drop in.
I think Heart of a King might be pulling out. I think that's what he's doing, going back that way. Atom is close to dropping, but they do take out Shauma. Yeah, Heart of a King's pulled out. He's not sitting on the point. He's just going to AFK. So that is good of Heart of a King. Hopefully, Talek did DC at the end of the last game as well. So hopefully he does. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem moving into the final. So Shauma has gone. Destiny has. Getting very low, is out of cooldowns as well, doesn't have any Death Shroud left, so she is entirely out of active passive defense now, sort of any way of getting away. She's just going to get absolutely nuked down. Look at that damage come out on her. Atom has gone down at the same time though. Harvard King has pulled back in, you're right, yeah. Whether that's because Shauma is going to AFK, it does look like Shauma's going to AFK now.
But to be honest, they're going to do this. If one person dies, they switch the AFK person back in.
Well,
Heart King has actually gone all the way to far for a decap now. If he can get this, he can
is
make
he
going to
get it? Is he going to get it on sync? He is going to get it on sync, so he is going to get that. Yep, Talek hasn't come back yet. He's not back in the map either, I don't think. Nope. No, Talek is back in. He is back in. He's just reloaded back in again. So we are back to 5v5. So we'll just let them know.
Yeah,
Shauma has come in back in. We do have another Lich by Destiny here again.
So when he's Heart the King is actually winning the one-on-one versus Sync, but Talek is about to come in there, which Sync's heal coming off cooldown in 2 seconds. Heart the King is having to retreat from there. The point will go back to the red team.
Tanglewood again getting very close to dropping here. Destiny again. Their Liches, I think they need to. I think that their comp could work in future, and it clearly has worked in a bunch of games today already.
Shauma's gone Lich.
Shauma's Liched, and they've taken Athema out as well. So they could get kills here, but this could be their and Evris has gone down. So this is the first Lich that has actually killed some people. So this is what they need to get more consistent at, getting those kills with the Liches to swing the team fights. They're not going to be able to cap these points and keep them if they can't finish these team fights. And without winning their Lich battles, they're not going to be able to do that. Destiny's going to drop to Talek as well. He gets in with the damage. He's cleaving while Tasty Bird gets the stomp, but he's pushed back. He doesn't get the stomp. Bumblefuss comes in. There's a banner. Banner gets Destiny up, and she's immediately into Death Shroud and getting away.
She's going to make it in time.
Nope, Sync drops. Sync drops, but Destiny's dropped as well. Now we've got a stomp battle, and Atoma's going for it. Atoma's going to get it. Atoma's gets it, and Sync was rezzed anyway. I think Everest is back in on point. Bumble is close to going down as well. This is again swinging back in favour of red team. They do have a 100-point lead, and we got the heal from Bumblefuss coming up, but he did have poison on him, and that's going to nullify that heal a whole lot, and that is going to probably really ruin his day. Talek drops though, but the res is coming in, but they're not going to be able to get it. He ports, the stomp can't come off. Are they going to go for it again? No, they're going to bleed him out. And there's a well on him as well, so he is going to go down. Tasty Bread here.
This is what we mean though. Blue team now, for a while now, the mine has been left unprotected, but without anybody to go over to that point for a decap, they are suffering again.
Oh, and Shauma gets stomped out just before the res comes off. He had literally 1 tick to go before getting rezzed, and he is down, and Destiny is back. Destiny's back in the fight, but she is almost entirely. Yep, she's out of Death Shroud now, so she is back to having very little defense. Her heal's coming off, and her heal goes.
That was a fantastic protective wall though by Bumble there, actually stopping the rest of the team from getting there, but she has just rolled away from it and gone down. Dining point though, Bumble straight on there for the res.
Knocked away by Athema. Athema gets the good knockoff on Destiny, and that's going to keep her down, and Bumble isn't going to be able to get her this time. Tangled and Bumble cannot get her. Destiny is going to go down, and that was a great hammer 4 there from Athema, just knocking Destiny away from that 2-man res.
Tanglewood actually managed to escape there without anybody seeing him, going for the decap on Henge now. Probably will stay for the full cap. Talek is about to retreat to come back, but
No, he's
And
going to
Tasty
swap. He's going
Bread
to swap
now.
with Tasty Bread. Tasty's going to go for this. Whether he can break combat, he can't break combat, so he's gone in with less than full health. So that should give Tanglewood the initial advantage, but it's whether he can take advantage of this. Tasty Bread obviously does run the focus, so he does have that swirl in winds, which is going to be useful to try and sort of absorb the longbow damage from the warrior. He obviously with an Ellie, he is back up to full health already. So
The moves is actually coming over to +1 this point, but already Talek and Athena and Evris have already seen it. They are countering this straight away, and it's turned into a quick 4v2 in the red team's favour.
Yep. We do have Destiny hanging out on point, but she's gonna get properly focused on point. She is almost already down. She can go into Death Shroud, but she's only got 9,000 health of that left. It's gonna be very close. We do have Tanglewood in still. Bumblefuzz is back on this point as well. Shalma's going to push mid. They can have 2v1 mid, hopefully, with Heart of a King. But Destiny's down and stomped out. Tangle is close to going down. Talek, they're going to keep this 4v2 going here now. Talek can pull off. He is pulling off. He's going to go join this mid fight for the 2v2. We do have the Lich here. The Lich is going to take out Sync. They do take out Sync. But both players pulled off point and stopped. They weren't able to get the decap because both went for the kill. Again, that was a slight communication mishap there. Shalma had to chase the kill, and Heart the King had to stay on point and look for that decap. Talek did come in and might well have stopped it anyway, but, you know, yeah, still a little bit of an error. And Talek has dropped himself, though.
Talek, actually, as soon as he came into point there, went straight into a Dagger Storm, meaning that although he was a thief on point, which is a squishy class, because Shalma was actually in Lich form, he couldn't attack Talek without the damage being reflected. So great play there from Talek, being able to watch the point until his team came back. As red team are closing within 50 points of winning now, I don't see an option for blue team other than this. They would have to take all 3 points, but as you said before, blue team's composition wouldn't be able to play a 3-point strategy, so we could be looking at our first finalists throughout the day.
Yep, we do have. They've got 30 points to go. So I think you're right. This isn't a comp that lends itself to being able to keep all the points decapped. They have done, they've got more points than they got in the first game, so that is an improvement. They've acquitted themselves very well. They're still a relatively new team as well. Rice, whereas Evris and Co. They have played together for quite a while now. So again, we have another matchup where there's quite an experienced team against somewhat of a relatively new team. Playing, I do enjoy their comp though, but Athema again goes down. The Necros get Athema down, so they're going to be able to get the stomp now, and that should get them the decap on this midpoint. But with 5 points to go, 4 points, and that is going to be it. Unless they can get the decap, it's going to be very quick. Nope, they're not going to be able to get the decap in time, and that is going to be game. They still did have a few ticks left, so that is GG. That is going to be 2 for Evris, 1-0 for Rice Squad, sorry. We will be moving into the final, where it hasn't updated yet. Don't know what to do, beat Made in Kit. So 2-0 as well, which means that for the 3rd week in the row, and probably for the last time because there'll be a new rule coming in from next week, for the 3rd week in the row, Don't Know What to Do have guaranteed themselves at least 2nd place. This could be, there will be a rule because of the gems for 2nd place. We're going to have to stop 1st place and 2nd place from participating. Otherwise, you're going to be able to get too many gems for coming 2nd every week. So from next week on, there'll be a new rule in for that. Read the description for that. There's going to be a 10-minute break, 5-10 minutes before our next match. We'll probably look to go at about 9:05-ish UK time. Otherwise, we will go for another break now, and we will see you all in a few minutes.